Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Portugal South. This is a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 from FSPT. 750.46 megabytes download, one required mod, feed mixing plants by DS Power, which downloads automatically. There are no custom crops, contracts are available. There are 10 collectibles on the map. I found one so far. I won't give it away, but yeah, there are 10. And what I will say, this was on FS22, and this seems to be happening more and more now. I remember bits of this map, but a lot of it's changed. The landscape seems to have been adjusted. There seems to be more trees, more foliage, more fences, more detail. There's a lot going on this map, which I mean, it's very cool. The slot count on all three game modes is 1,556. A lot of the building stuff are custom buildings as well. So whilst everything is base game, when I said about mods required, there's nothing added into the build mode. Nothing. It's all base game stuff. But there are some additional factories and productions that do some extra things, and all the buildings that are custom aren't showing as available as additional mods in the build mode. So again, the advice as always is save your game first before trying to make any changes, before trying to sell anything. I tried to remove some of the buildings at the main farm. Some bits would remove, some of the sheds wouldn't, some of the animal pens wouldn't. The animal pens are custom to the map, so again, something to be aware of. What we will do, just while we're on foot and we was up to the farm, Ben is across the way there at his house for a chat. There's some really nice details, like all sorts of very cool stuff on here. Just past here we've got a gas station. Just there. We're going to come back past here later on in the pickup. Gas station's there, and then just down this road, just because I'm here on foot and it's fairly close, then we're always up to the farm. We'll have a look at the map and the prices and stuff in a minute. We have got a municipal market here. I like some of the features. I think this has got an opening time as well, actually. What time is it now? 8:03. It's probably going to be 9 AM. But there's a municipal market sell point in there. The next door to that, we've got the warehouse, and there's a purchase point in there for palleted items as well. See what I'll do. Let's speed up time to 9 o'clock, and these gates should open. There we go. Just inside there's your warehouse point for purchase, and your pallets will spawn whatever they may be that you want. So what we're going to do, whiz up towards the farm. Like I say, it's weird because some of the positions of things I recall, I don't remember there being as much greenery and like trees and foliage and walls and stuff like that. I don't remember this gateway, whether it was there on the previous version or not. But what I did remember, as I walked up towards here, you'll see we've got olives to the side, we've got vineyard to the left. We can open the gate here. As you walk up, I remembered this raised farm area. I thought that seems very familiar. Oh, you know what we'll do while we're here, let's go to the map. So this is what the map looks like. On New Farmer, you start with this entire section in the middle. Now, something to be aware of with this, you do start with all these extra fields, which obviously that's a bonus. But the actual plot of land, you can see that's all green, that's got the farm on it. That's plot 36. Plot 36 is 1,441,584. So even if you come onto here and you add in, so you know at the start menu you can fiddle around with the amount of money you got. Even if you start with 1 million, you still haven't got enough to buy the starter farm. So yeah, I mean, again, how you feel about that? You might want to put some money in, you might want to do contract work to build up to it. That's entirely up to you. But field prices they're up there. I mean, yeah, I suppose for the size of them, we've got some smaller ones down the bottom here, which aren't too bad, with sort of larger ones up here. We've got a couple of plots. There's an interesting one up here. I'm going to make an extrapolation when we get to there, a kind of an idea of what I think. Now remember as well, I say this a lot when I do map tours now, because people often say, why didn't you show this, why didn't you do this, this does that. This is a map tour. This is showing you around the map, showing the features, showing some of the stuff. It's not a deep dive into every production, how it runs, the speed it runs, that kind of stuff. And obviously there needs to be some element of, when you're playing and you come on here, of things you want to experience for yourself, find out and try, and you know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but that's my way of looking at things anyway. So that's the map. Prices wise, like I say, you just need to be careful with your save game and stuff like that. But lighting's good, colour palette's nice. It's all, you know, seems very nice. What I do like as well, some of these features as we come up here. You've got the sort of rock sections here, but these we've got all the stones and stuff in wire baskets. That's really clever. And again, I'm trying to think. I'm sure if that had been on the previous version, I probably would have remembered that, but I don't remember that being a thing. Regardless. So as we come up and around into the main farm, we've also got, it's a slight downside to the fact that some of these buildings and custom stuff that's been added onto the map aren't in the build mode. There's so much detail, it's lovely. We've got silos, we've got a silo here, we've got a silo over there. They're standard crop type silos. I have no idea the capacities. And then people will say, but you should have spent the time to fill them up. Again, this is just a map tour. It's a first look. Look, there's the silo. I know it's a standard crop type. I tried that. But then obviously the time taken to do all the extra stuff is stuff you would do as you're playing. Chicken coop. Now again, these aren't standard. That will hold 500 chickens, that one. Well, they'll be out across the yard for 500 chickens. We've got a pig pen up the back here, and again, custom. I couldn't remove any of these, so I think they're fixed in place for 250 on our pigs. Then we've got some of our start equipment and machinery. This is part of the required mod. So we can see our Deutz bale trailer, header trailer. We jump through here, around here to there. We've got total mix ration mixer for making your total mix ration. And it's not a mod review of that because obviously now that is a required mod. At the end of here, we've got a grass dryer. So in and out there, and now dryer just here. So if you've got the start farm, you'll get it. So grass to hay, 1,000 to 1,000. Cycles might say 240, but at 1,000 to 1,000, that'll run at a fair pace. If we come down the side just here, we have got 250 cow pasture barn building around the back. With manure heaps, as you can see. Come to here, this is our seed production. And the seed production is wheat and herbicide. Will give you seed out. Again, cycles aren't too bad. It's the recipe that's high, so that should run at a fair speed as well. We come across the way just here. So there's our silo, the main farm silo. Into the silo done here on this grate, taking out underneath there. Like I say, it's a standard crop type, not a multi-fruit. I like the fact, and when you go around, you'll see all the productions, all the signs and stuff are all custom. It's very cool. I've got to pick up here. Water is just there at the main farm with our sleeping wardrobe triggers inside the house. Nice bit of smoke from the chimney. We come over to here. We've got another production. I'm sure that's decorative. That's not showing on the map as. No, it's not. So I thought, So just here, we've got pig food mixer. So canola, corn, potatoes, wheat in, pig food out. With some more of our equipment and machinery. So tractors, sprayers, trailer, harvester and header. This is a hayloft, so out from the hayloft, but putting into the hayloft is done just here. And then we got here, this is a liquids tank. So liquid storage tank, herbicide and liquid fertilizer, all liquid fertilizer, 173,500 litres. So you can pick however much, like with the fuel tanks, how much you want to go in. Water point just here, and this lovely little pond. It's all these little details. There's some really nice stuff. And they've got, look, ducks and fish swimming about. And nice! Right, so I'm going to grab the pickup. We'll go to the northern part of the farm that we already own on New Farmer. So, let's get cracking, shall we? We've got a lot to see. Now, if that little plot I purchased, if what I think is right, this will probably be the first map I think I've ever encountered it on, and that sounds weird. Fuel point is just there for refilling if you wish. Just here we got, now it says bale storage, it doesn't say bale and pallet. Bottom right, bale storage, 400 items just there. That says silo, storage silo. Again, standard crop type. This one is a fermenting silo. But again, the level of detail on this, very cool. So click on that. There we go. So grass silage and hay silage. Again with this, Cycles a month are pretty much the same as they are. I've been in all of the things, 240 with our recipes at thousands, so should run pretty fast. We've got 2 large greenhouses, standard just there, and then we've got 1 rice sapling greenhouse just there, with a large silage clamp here. So this is the sort of the next part of the farm. Then if we go down the track to the side of it, we'll get around to the back there, and we have got a sheep pen, barn, building, again for 250 animals, so it seems to be sort of, you know, not set, but fairly standard. Let's go around the back. So sheep pen, around the back here for 250. And then we come across the way here. This facility here, I say it is the stand. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When I got to here, I said, well, hang on a minute. There's no gateways, and I know I've taken a shortcut and I probably shouldn't have gone. But this does highlight an interesting point. If we go to our demolition mode, we can remove fencing on land. Actually, to be fair, do we own this field here? Let's see if we can do it on this side of the road. Where was there more fencing? Oh, maybe it's just because we own the land. It's a bit further. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, the fencing can be removed, which made my life a little bit easier. So I can just whiz across here. So sugar mill is this large facility here. What I'll do, actually, let's go in here, and you can see how it's all custom made. It's not just plonked. Even if the buildings are base game buildings, the signage and stuff has been custom adjusted and made, which I think is very, very nice. So we go into here and come down. You'll see then these are owned. So obviously off the start, these were the things that are the main farm area. If we come up and across to available, so canning factory is fairly standard, carpentry. Cellar is different. When we get to that later on, that's grapes to barrels. What the barrels have in them, that's up to you to decide. Cement factory, again, fairly standard. Flour mill, fairly standard. But it's the buildings themselves that really stand out different. So the logistics centre has been added in, and as you can see, it's a 5,000 to 5,000, but it's not making anything. This is a distribution hub, so you can bring your stuff and store it, and then set things to distributing, and send them on their way. So as you can see, canned peas to canned peas, canola to canola. It's not a recipe per se. So this logistics centre is a hub. You can either have stuff sent to it, I guess, if you wanted to, but then out again. But again, you've got to be careful, because if you've got multiple productions that take the same things, you can set something to distributing. It will distribute out to all of those things, not just maybe a specific one you want it to. So just be aware of that. We've got oil mill, paper factory, sawmill, sugar mill, and spinnery, again, which are all standard productions, but it's the buildings which are a little bit different. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. I'll say a little bit more interesting. I think it's interesting already, but as we head up here to the northwest of the map, we've got some lakes up here with fish and ducks, and one of them's got a little guy in a rowing boat that's going round. Just adds to a little bit of immersion to it as well, I think, which is quite nice. Now we've got one of, I think it's 3 or 4 when we get up to this next facility. And we've got a supply store. So the supply store, when you go through the prices menu, what you can buy from the supply store, so this facility here, to the left is the supply store. There is a sell point there as well, but there is a buy point. Supply store, you can get seed, fertilizer and lime from it, and that's, you go into prices menu, scroll down until you find anything that says supply store on the right hand column, and that's a buy point, not a sell point, or depending on which one it is. And then to the side of the supply store, we have got the farmers market sell point just there. And again, it's not your standard farmers market, it has been adjusted to fit. Now we're going to turn somewhere. Now some of these roads are a little bit convoluted is the wrong word. I do like this, that, so I was talking about the lakes. I know it's just water running off the hills or whatever. It's that kind of rusty pipes with rust down the side, and it's great detail. And then you go out here in this little fishing boat, ducks swimming about. It's picturesque and lovely, whilst you've got all this kind of going on as well. It's interesting how that happens, isn't it, in the world? But yeah. Anyway, So we're going to turn up here. This one I'm talking about, some really nice features, clever little things that have been done. And again, I don't remember this from the previous version of this. So if we turn up, is it here? Yeah, up here. Bit of a sweep up. We've got the paper factory, which is just here. We come out to here, and we've got the debris crusher now. This is not a debris crusher sell point. This is one of the debris crushers that produces rock. But there's a couple of things here I'm not sure about. I'm not going to lie. So swing round here. So here's our debris crusher, and the stone's coming out. So once you own it, you can come and collect the stone. But we've got this hazard marked area here. And I thought, well, if it's, and the weird thing is, it's showing on the map. So we're all up here now. So it's showing on the map here. Visit, tag place, as a production kind of thing. But there's no option to purchase. We come back down to here. We haven't got a debris crusher in here. So that's just there. That's just chugging away. You can come and collect it. I went round and around this, couldn't find anything for purchasing. So I'm not sure what that hazard marked area is. So I thought, oh, maybe that's linked to this, because this is here as well, and this is on that plot of land I was talking about. So plot 42, just there. So we've taken away. So I thought, once I buy plot 42, we're going to get some triggers, some icons, some bits and bobs come up. Nothing for this. But what's interesting is this, because these look like the stones and stuff you get when you get rock breaking contracts. But obviously these are on land I've just purchased. And if we come a bit further around, listen. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the rock breaking drill sound. So I'm wondering whether all this land here that's got all of these stones on it, if you come up here with a rock breaker, you can break these up to get stones. Because it seems, cause my brain is now saying, if it's not that, then why would you buy this plot of land? What's the purpose of it if it's not for that? And the fact that as you walk around you hear that rock breaking drill, that's that kind of clue that says, yeah, that's what this is for. They look like, you know, they've got the cracks, they look like those type of rocks. So I decided to test it off camera, and it does. This is a first. This is a first on Farm Sim, isn't it? I'm sure it is, because normally you have to have a rock breaking contract for this to work. You get a rock breaking contract, you go out, you break the rocks, yada 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 and all that. And I've often wondered why are there not areas like this where you can actually, because otherwise the rock breaker is only ever used for that, whereas this, you could use this for clearing mountain paths. You could use, if you had these available, I'm sure I haven't encountered this before on a map. I'm sure I haven't. As you can see, not all of them are producing rocks, but as I'm doing some, the rock pile to the left is getting a little bit bigger, and I'm going to do one to the right in a minute, and that does them as well. Yeah, that's cool. That's again, potential moving forward for what that could mean for other maps, other map makers, for this map maker. I think it's brilliant. I say I'm a little bit behind the curve today, or from yesterday, should I say. By the time this releases, again, depends on YouTube. I'm still having a nightmare with YouTube and the amount of time it's taking to put videos live and stuff. So, you know, this could be any time this could release. We come through this tunnel, which I think is just brilliant. Over this bridge, and look, you've got this open sort of old quarry, which is now a little lake. There's a little pontoon bit down there. Again, we've got ducks, we've got fish. There's a little guy, where is he? There's another little guy in a rowing boat up here. It's just a fantastic feature. It's so well done. But this brings us round up to the top. We've got a little bit of a drive to go up to the cement factory. Was it cement factory at the top? Please tell me it's cement. Oh, dearie me. I'm trying to drive and look at my notes all at the same time. It's always a tricky proposition. So I did look and I thought, I wonder if there's a different way of getting up here, but this is the road that leads up, so you go through that tunnel and up to here. There we go. I'm sure this was notes. Debris crusher. Yeah, cement factory. Cement factory and shed build. So we can buy the cement factory here, and over to the side there we got a shed build. Now I'm not sure. I suppose what I could do now is, so it's telling me what you need to bring here. If I buy the cement factory, will it give me the land that's got that shed build on it? Otherwise, again, it's that thing of why would there be a shed there? Let's purchase that. Come back to our map, and we go to our farmland. No, hasn't given us the land. I don't know. This whole area is a real curiosity. And it's one of those things. Like I say, when you do a first look map tour, or go around, you know, you find those things. You think, I'm going to come back to that later on. I want to check that. I want to test that. I want to look at that. I want to give that a go. Anyway, so we've got a bit of a drive now. So from where we are here, we're going to drive back round through the tunnel, back out, all the way out, back to the main road, along there, and I will see you down here in a moment. So along here and off to our left, we have got Noah, who is just over there. We've got carpentry, and that's what I mean. Look, the building's completely different. Different signage. We've got the sawmill just there. Full purchase and operation. We drive from here and we head north again. Is it all going that way? I think so. We have got, if we turn in just here, we've got David, just there. We've got to the left another supply store, seed, fertiliser, lime. Through here we've got the large, what was this? The large mill. This is just a sell point here at the large mill, not a production mill or anything like that. You wait till we get to the flour mill. Again, it's very impressive. Whoa. She bumpy. Didn't touch that sign, it wasn't me. You can't prove nothing. So right across the top of the map, and we will come to the oil mill. I guess when you look, it's not always that thing, isn't it? When you look at the map and you click on a field and go, cool, that's pricey. It's only once you get out and you start driving past some of the big fields, you think, well, yeah, I suppose they are big fields. They would be pricey. And it depends, because across a range of different maps, a similar size field can vary massively in price, depending on the map maker, what they've decided they're going to put the prices at. So oil mill is just here to the left. Again, nice and custom. It's that thing of, look, I'll put the sign up there. That's so far up there. It's hard to see unless you go airborne. There you go. Look. But all that detail and time that's gone into that, for something, again, I suppose it's like anything, isn't it? It's whether or not you spend the time to pay attention to the details. All that time taken for those details does not take a minute, does it? So, from there, we're now heading south again. We're doing a big old loop round. We've got coming up on the right hand side the logistics centres, that big hub for incoming, outgoing materials. When you get stuff into there, you can set it to sell. You don't have to, you know. It could just be a big sell depot, but again, nice and made and detailed. Nice bit of foliage around the outside, some trees. It's nicely looked after. Very nice. Next door to that, we've got the canning factory. It's just there. Then we're going to take the next left. So this was that kind of thing I drove. I thought, whoa, this is neat. So you can take the low road or the high road. Destination's the same. So what's that? Look at this! The old stone windmills. Loving it. Loving it. So this is the flour mill. Very nice indeed. From here. We've got to our left, this facility, we've got the spinnery. Sell point or for purchase, just inside there. Then down to the T-junction, and now we're back to the road that runs on the bottom of the map, where we started, where we were standing. We were right the way along there, so we're at the far end of it. So we've done a kind of big loop out and around. Off to our left, still heading east. We've got another supply store. So for seed, fert and lime, and then we've got two cooperative sell points. We've got the cooperative, and then we've got Grau cooperative. Oh, nearly missed the turning. Just here. So a purchase point and two sell points. So there you go. There's our purchase point. Sell point just there for cooperative, and then round the back here, a little side turning Grau cooperative. So if you've picked up contracts and the contracts are telling you a specific place you need to be taking them, there you go. That's what it may well be. So, heading west across the bottom of the map ish. We're near the bottom of the map. We got supermarket sell point just there, and then we've got just past here, and I love this, it's a great feature. You look on the map and you panic because there's tons and tons of vehicles. You don't own them, they're just on there, but they're all up on plinths so people can see, up on ramps, see the wares that are on offer here at the vehicle shop. So this is Herculano. It's very cool, look at all that. Nice, and some stuff down the side as well. So, vehicle shop trigger is just there, vehicle workshop trigger is just inside here. Again, with loads of stuff going on here as well. Things being repaired, things on ramp, yes, brilliant. And then this is the reset point as well. Out here on the little forecourt, just here is our reset point. Next door to that, we've got the cellar. That was the one that's doing grapes to barrels. Actually, you know what? I need to just double check something here, because my brain just suddenly went, hang on a minute. Cellar. So it doesn't say grape barrels. That just says barrel. Which, if you're doing carpentry, not carpentry, oh, it's not on here, is it? Products, barrel, bathtub, bucket. See, that's just a barrel. So we're turning, oh, it's not, okay, that's weird. Because I suppose my brain saw grapes and thought, oh, grape barrels, that's really cool. It's kind of, you know, I know you're not allowed to do it on Farming Simulator because, you know, PG and all that, but yeah, that's odd. I thought it was a specific thing. In fact, you got all these little grapevines running around the outside of it. It's alluding to. There you go. Inside, here's your facility at the cellar. From the cellar, we are going to head out onto the main road, back up past Ben. So we're going to take that turning again where we walked initially. We go right out to the end of it, because that's where the animal dealer is. So here's our gateway we went in. So down past the municipal market and the warehouse point just there, out to the end. Now we don't have a purchase point here for liquid manure or fertiliser. Well, I say that. It's again, they're both there, but on the map it's not showing either of them as purchase points. I might grab a trailer and try it off camera, and if it does come up. But anyway, Katie is out the front there. There's a sell point just there. That's for grain related products. And then around the back of here we have got animals in the pens, which is nice. We've got the animal dealer buy point, and then we've got a bale sell point. So often you get animal dealer and animal dealer sell point. There are two sell points here, one for grain related and one for bale related. But those two aren't showing icons for buying of manure or liquid slurry liquid manure. So yeah, I might have to do a test. Back out to the main road though. Last few places coming up, because we're going to head out along the road out to the west again. So there's our gas station again, just there. We've got up on the hill now. You have to buy the land, although the triggers are all showing and you can click on it. There's a cow pasture just to the left there, which you can purchase. That's got a potential of 126 animals in it. So we are currently here. So plot 40, 102,408. Did I buy off camera? I didn't. Plot 41 we're going to get to in just a moment. That's 188,784. When you buy that, that gets you the biogas plant. It's not too expensive actually, considering you get the land on it as well. Now again, be careful. The biogas plant I tried to sell and it's sold, but all of the stuff around it, the sheds, detail, buildings, silage clamps, I couldn't get to sell. That's a dairy and just a sell point. That's not a production, that is a sell point. If you look on the map, you'll see there. I went round it looking for triggers. It looks like it is just a sell point. And then finally, the biogas plant. And that is the map. That's Portugal South from FSPT. So yeah, I managed to remove this, but couldn't remove any of the other stuff. Save your game first, people. Save your game first. Plenty of large clamps here. No shortage of. And there you have it. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.